Hello, children. Today we are going to begin with our new lesson Minerals and Energy Resources. Just look around our house. Many things which we use in our daily life are metals or it may contain metals. For example, tools, the windows, the cookwares, the electronic items, the electrical items, any kind of tool it may be. It would have been made with a metal or it may contain a metal. Okay? Even in the case of a mosquito net, most of the things which we use for domestic purpose have metals or they are metals. Where do these metals come from? Let's explore the lesson. We use different things in our daily life made from metal. The earth's crust is made up of different minerals embedded in the rocks. On the screen, you are able to look at the layers of the earth. The outermost layer of the earth is called as crust, second layer is the mantle, and the innermost layer is the core. The outer layer, crust, consists of many rocks. All the minerals are embedded in these rocks, and the metals are extracted from those minerals. Various metals are extracted from these minerals after proper refinement. Almost everything we use, all are made from minerals. Cars, buses, trains, airplanes are manufactured from minerals and run on power resources derived from the earth. Humans use minerals for their livelihood, decoration, festivities, religious and ceremonial rites, that is for all kind of domestic uses. What is a mineral? Geologists define mineral as a homogeneous, naturally occurring substance with definable internal structure. Homogeneous means it is of same kind. I don't mean it is same, I mean it is of same kind. Naturally occurring substance with definable internal structure. Definable internal structure means the particular internal structure will be easily identified. Minerals are found in varied forms in nature, ranging from the hardest diamond is very hard, to the softest talc. Talc, you have heard regarding the talcum powder and all, no? It is the powder made using the mineral talc. This talc will be like clay. So, minerals can be hard to soft. In the image, you are able to see various minerals. How physically different they are, right? So, why are there so many variations? Rocks are combinations of homogeneous substances called minerals. Some rocks can consist only of a single mineral, whereas many rocks or most of the rocks contain several minerals with different proportions. Although we have 2000 minerals identified, only few of them are seen in higher quantities in most of the rocks. A particular mineral that will be formed from a certain combination of elements depend on the physical and chemical conditions under which the material forms. So, a particular mineral that will be formed from a certain combination of elements depend on the factors like temperature, pH level, pressure, amount of oxygen, etc. So, for these reasons, we are having wide range of color, hardness, crystal forms, luster and density that a particular mineral possesses. Here, luster means how glossy the mineral is. Geologists use these properties to classify the minerals. Mode of occurrence of minerals. Minerals are usually found in ores. Ore is used to describe an accumulation of any mineral mixed with other elements. See, during mining, we get ores from the underground, right? So, to make the mining process profitably successful or commercially successful, that is, it must give us good profit, right? The mineral content in the ore should be of sufficient concentration, or the mineral content of the ore should be fair enough to make the mining process more successful in profit. The type of formation or the structure determines with which the mineral ores can be mined as well as the cost of the extraction. Minerals generally occur in these forms. Formation 1. In igneous and metamorphic rocks, minerals may occur in the cracks. Cracks means the small split on the layer of the rock. Crevices. Crevices means if the split or the crack is little bit deep. Okay, that will form a narrow opening. That is, they are referred to as crevices. Faults means there will be a displacement in the layer of the rock. I'll show you a picture. See, there is a displacement in the layer of the rock. The rock is not entirely broken, but the displaced piece is found to be hanging on to the main portion. See, this is a fault. Often you can find these kinds of faults in the rocks which you find while going to the hill stations. When you go through the hairpin bends, no, you can find rocks which has faults like this. So, cracks, crevices, faults or joints. Minerals may occur in these. If they are occurring in smaller quantity, they are called as veins. Larger quantity are referred to as lodes. Most of the time, when the minerals are in liquid or molten state or in gaseous state, they are forced to move upwards towards the earth's surface through empty spaces. Okay? When they move upwards, they get cooled and they get solidified. Example, tin, copper, zinc, lead, etc. These are all obtained. Secondly, in sedimentary rocks, a number of minerals occur in form of layers. Just remember the ice cream cakes, black forest cake and all, you will be having cake materials as layers, no? Similar to that. They have been formed as a result of deposition. Deposition means small particles will start to deposit there. When deposition increases, that forms an accumulation. When accumulation increases, that is called as concentration. Concentration means we will be having high amount or high quantity in horizontal direction. Coal and some forms of iron ore have been concentrated as a result of longer periods under great heat and pressure. Another group of sedimentary minerals include gypsum, potash salt and sodium salt. These are formed as a result of evaporation. So some minerals, especially in the dry regions, due to evaporation, they form a layer on the sedimentary rocks. These minerals are called as sedimentary rock minerals. Another mode of formation. See, due to some physical and chemical factors, the rocks will get decomposed. Okay? Once they get decomposed, the rocks contains minerals. These minerals will be in the form of ores. After further refinement, the minerals can be extracted from the ores. For example, bauxite. Fourth mode of occurrence. Those minerals which are not corroded by water are found generally under the alluvial soil. These minerals occur as alluvial deposits. They are referred to as placer deposits. For example, gold, silver, tin and platinum. On the image you are able to see raw rock material of silver and gold. Last mode of occurrence. Many minerals are found in ocean waters also. Ocean water contains vast quantities of minerals. Common salt, magnesium and bromine are largely derived from ocean waters. The ocean beds too are rich in manganese nodules. Thank you.